If you're an independent or an undecided voter, please listen to me for 1 minute. If you don't like Donald Trump, I get it. If you're ashamed of how he acted when he lost the election, I'm the same. But I'm going to be voting for him, and it's the easiest decision I've ever made in my life. And here's why. First of all, I don't get caught up in the nonsense, existential this, existential that. Do you realize what that word means? It means a threat to our existence. This is bold-faced disinformation coming from the mainstream media and the left. He was already president for 4 years. Compare those 4 years when it comes to the economy, when it comes to inflation, and just cost of living versus how it's been under the Harris-Biden administration. If you're someone who's worried about Donald Trump being the commander-in-chief, look how things were during his 4 years versus how they've been the last 3.5 years. The only thing she was really put in charge of was the southern border, and it's been an absolute disaster. If you're a Republican or conservative out there and you're a never-Trumper and you're going to vote for Kamala Harris instead of Donald Trump, please listen to me. There are plenty of things that Donald Trump has said that I didn't like. There are plenty of ways he goes about things and his actions that I don't think was ideal. But here's the question. Are you going to let the media brainwash you into voting for the side that hates your guts instead of voting for your own side just because you dislike Donald Trump? That's exactly what's happening. The media has had a nonstop barrage of negative press toward Trump, and it's been drilled into your brain of the things he said and done that were negative and his attitude. The question is, what does he stand for and what does she stand for? What is the modern right proponents of that Trump aligns with, and what is the modern left proponents of? And all you really have to do is compare the years he was in office versus the Biden-Harris years. We were much more peaceful on the world stage. Our economy, our inflation, our job growth, all that was much better. And please don't let somebody spin the numbers. Yes, if you focus on the time our government was shut down during the pandemic, you can come up with some numbers that make Trump look bad. If you're a Republican or a conservative and you vote for Kamala Harris over Donald Trump because of the brainwashing that you've received regarding his character flaws, you're going to regret it. You're literally letting your enemy convince you to vote for them against your ally. Wake up. If you're a Christian out there and you're not voting for Trump because you feel like he doesn't portray Christ-like values in the way he talks and acts, you just can't stomach it. But I understand, first of all, but we have two choices, and neither one would really be the ideal Christian candidate. Now, if this was a race between Donald Trump and Billy Graham, I guess I could understand how you feel. By the way, Billy Graham would lose, and people wouldn't vote for him because he's too Christian, even though I might like him. And also, by the way, he wouldn't run as a Democrat. And that's the thing you need to understand, is the Democratic Party of today is not the Democratic Party of John F. Kennedy or even Bill Clinton. It is a far-left party that flies against Christian values, in fact is antagonistic toward Christian values, toward the Bible, toward any reference of God, and especially toward Jesus Christ. There are plenty of people who are Democrats and on the left who claim to be Christian, and I'm not their judge. That's up to them and God. But I'm telling you that the modern left and the modern Democratic Party have an animosity toward Christian and traditional values. In all honesty, the Democrats and the left are anti-Christian. And so if you're out there and you've seen all these things that Trump has said and done and you just don't like him and you've bought into this idea that how could a Christian vote for him, you're literally letting anti-Christians dupe you into voting for the party that is against Christianity. Trump has been aligned with pro-family, pro-Christian, and pro-conservative groups. Maybe you need to focus on what he does and what he has done, and not so much on what he did 20 years ago or what he said in a mean tweet. I honestly believe, Christians, you're getting your friends and your enemies mixed up. Now, I'll just say a quick reference about the progressive Christians out there. Most of them are universalists. Many of them don't even believe in the resurrection of Christ or his incarnation. Progressive churches simply are pro-LGBTQ. And as long as you love and support pro-LGBTQ beliefs and policies, then you're in that church. If you don't believe that Jesus is the only way to heaven, and you do not believe in his death, burial, and resurrection, and you do not believe in his incarnation as the Son of God, the eternal Word of God, you are not a Christian. You might be a person who likes some of Christ's teachings, but you're not a Christian. Christians, wake up. Is Trump perfect? No. Do I think he'll be a perfect president? No. But he is definitely the Christian choice.